depleted uranium. I mean,
That's
think
awesome.
about that.
That's awesome.
And here's a little snippet. Wizards of the Coast lowers the boom on a D&D fan site. Just a little bit of news. Emma's Character Sheets, a popular website with D&D gaming aids, recently announced it received a cease and desist letters from Wizards of the Coast and immediately shut down the site to comply. The blogosphere, of course, exploded with drama as the controversy grew. Who will be next? Asked one blogger. Wizards of the Coast hasn't officially committed on the matter, and it's not known if other fan sites are being targeted. That hasn't stopped the rumors from flying, of course, and we'll keep you posted. There's a lot of information in here. It comes out monthly, and like I said, it's one of the last ones. They also do the game Hackmaster.
Yeah, they do Hackmaster.
Which, for those of you who don't know, is kind of a spin on D&D.
Yeah, it's what if they had revised 2nd edition instead of making 3.5? What if they had used the original rules and sort of turned it, just made it a little bit better? So that's what it is. I guess it would be 3rd edition true AD&D. So it would have been well. It's out there. It's interesting. It really is.
Yeah, they're $4.99, $5, but I guarantee you will get more than $5 worth of laughter out of the comics alone, and then the little tidbits that come in with it. And I may give you guys our news section. Some of the news may come from here because a lot of times they've got the inside track.
They do. Anything else? Anything else as we go down our list?
Categories. We need more categories. Something that was brought up to us on YouTube was Gamer Munchies was one of the categories that somebody wanted to hear about. What kind of munchies you guys eat when you're sitting around playing your games? As you see, we had a pizza.
We had a pizza.
So, your guys' emails, listener email.
We got a few of them. Well, we got a few comments on the YouTube.
On the YouTube, but we need you guys to email us so we can do listener email. If you guys aren't emailing us, that's going to be a lonely.
Is there anything in the comments we can respond to, or is there anything out there that we need to say?
No, I took care of the couple that we had. They weren't really enough to put in here, but they will be coming.
Okay.
Let's see, some of the other categories, game reviews we're going to be doing. Guest spots. If you guys want to do a review on something that we don't have, we might let you guys do a little review and we might air it.
Yeah, so, shoot it over to us. We'll stick it on here.
Yeah, get a hold of us. We'll look it over. If it doesn't fit with the way we're doing, we may ask you to, hey, let's tweak this or let's change this, redo it, and we'll put it on the show. So, of course, it's got to fit the format. If you guys are going off in the left field somewhere, it's not going to really work.
We never do that.
Oh, no. We got to stay straight and narrow, professional, prim and proper.
Our format, yeah.
Eventually, the Guest Lexicon's job segment is going to go.
That's good.
We almost forgot that this week.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to give them a hint as to what your job is.
Oh, well, a lot of the folks, should we say a lot of the folks on YouTube have already...
Yeah, most of the people on YouTube know us already, so you guys, most of you already know what his job is. But for all of you out there in iTunes land and wherever else you're picking this up from, you don't know what Lexicon's job is. And
somebody actually put down a great definition of my call name, and that's a great hint. So it has to do with Lexicon. So there you go.
Yeah, I was something I learned. I just thought that was a name you came up with. I didn't know. But then again, I never tried to look up lexicon in the dictionary.
I know. It was cool. I was impressed.
Sometimes the viewers surprise us.
I know. Well, that's very cool, man. Very cool.
We are also looking for sponsors. As we have found out, or as we are finding out, posting this.
It ain't cheap, man. It ain't cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap. We're probably going to have to set up a website and pay server fees and stuff like that. I mean, it's not horribly expensive, but it's something that we've got to do. So,
you want us to say good things about you all the time, let us know. Okay? For a small fee, just let us know.
You guys can send in donations. A buck or two will help keep the show going.
Yeah.
I think it was the D6 generation. They actually auctioned off shout-outs on eBay, and I thought it was a pretty cool idea. I don't know if we'll go down that road, but I thought it was pretty cool, you know.
For the folks who don't know, what is the D6 generation?
D6 Generation is another podcast. Look them up on iTunes. It's one of the ones that I do listen to.
There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good podcasts out there. There's 40K Radio that I listen to. There's Podhammer, which is the fantasy equivalent. Those fellas are from Australia. That's really good.
Actually, one of them are just closed down.
Really?
I don't know if it was Podhammer or I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, let us know.
But one of the guys, I think it might be, he shut down he's not doing it anymore. He's going to leave the site up for a while so people can go back and do the old issues, but this takes time.
Yeah, it does. It's not something you just snap your fingers and blam.
And make a podcast, especially a video one.
Yeah.
I thought this would be a piece of cake. And
famous last word.
Yeah, there's a lot more that goes into doing
this. No problem, Lex. We'll just slap it up. It'll be fine.
Yeah. But I think this was your idea, so...
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. If we were doing just an audio podcast, it'd be a lot easier, but doing video, that puts a whole new ball of wax.
We want you to see all this.
Yeah,
all
our pretty mugs.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know which side is my good side, but it's probably the bottom side. But,
what other podcasts, though? What other podcasts? Fear the Boot. I don't know if you ever listened to
one of them.
Very good.
Dice Tower.
Dice Tower. What's that public radio one? Public... RPPR. Public radio role-playing something, which is really good. I actually... I started listening to them a while ago, and they have live feeds from when they play D&D, and you think, oh man, it's going to be as fun as listening to Paint Dry. But actually, it's quite good. So if you have time and you're driving somewhere, you need something.
I tried listening.
It was good. I thought it was good. I drive a lot, so I just pop it in the car and I listen to it, and then boom.
I think they should edit out the slow parts. Like the one that I was listening to before they started. It's like they turned it on when everybody got there, and there was some of the stuff that happens before the game actually starts.
The milling about. Yeah.
And
what are you doing, Josh? Yeah.
That didn't interest me. So I kind of cut it off from there, and to be honest, I haven't went back. I do watch or listen to their ones. I listen to the ones where they're talking. I don't listen to the role-playing ones.
So when they do their show, because the role-playing stuff's additional to their show.
I thought it was a pretty good idea. And somebody has talked to me about doing, like on Skype, some live role-playing. So that might be something that will happen in the future.
If we're going to figure out how to use that. Wow.
Yeah, okay. That's something that will come up.
We're going to have a section called, because we're pretty much at the end, we're going to call it Bootleg Hobbies.
Yeah, unless you guys can come up with a better name. What we're going to do is a series of how-tos for miniature games, terrain, how to make the hills and the terrain that you guys play on, so you don't have to use pop cans and junk from around the house. Actually, I'm going to show you how to take some of that junk and turn it into really cool terrain. And this episode, I'm actually going to start that series. It'll probably be the tools and stuff that you'll need to get started. That's something that will
also
come up.
We're going to have a section called, because we're pretty much at the end, we're going to call it Bootleg Hobbies.
Yeah, unless you guys can come up with a better name. What we're going to do is a series of how-tos for miniature games, terrain, how to make the hills and the terrain that you guys play on, so you don't have to use pop cans and junk from around the house. Actually, I'm going to show you how to take some of that junk and turn it into really cool terrain. And this episode, I'm actually going to start that series. It'll probably be the tools and stuff that you'll need to get started. But as we go, and one of our cameras, I think, just died or is dying.
Alright, so that's the end of this one.
Yeah, we better cut this one short.
Take care, y'all.
We'll see you on part 2.
Yep, bye.